to.
Hello and welcome to Gantry Arena, where we have your Tufts University Jumbos taking on the Boston College Eagles. Apologies for the little bit of a late start here. We had some technical difficulties as we have never quite set up at the Gantry Arena before, but now we are in the middle of race 3, I believe, in your women's 1,000-yard freestyle. Right now in first place is Suki Evans in lane 4.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
My name is Owen Fitzsimons, and I'm joined today by my co-commentator Lucas Pyle. Lucas, what are we looking forward to here today?
Well, today here at Tufts, it's senior day, so they were talking about all the seniors that have been participating in this Tufts swimming team over the past couple years. And it was a great touching moment in one of their final races here at Tufts University. But so far, this race right here, all about endurance and the freestyle. But it looks like it's going to be a very close race, close competition between these two schools. Both of them did well in their previous meets, so it should be very entertaining.
Tufts coming off a win versus Wheaton yesterday for both men and women. Looking to continue the strong form into today's meet.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Not quite sure if you caught that there, but that was a win for lane 4 for Tufts, Suki Evans.
This is a demonstration of
Tufts
Wirecast.
doing really well, getting first, second, and third.
And in first place, again, Suki Evans. Second place, Emma Seymour, followed in third place by Eilish Doherty.
And Boston College for breaking the pool record in the 200-yard medley relay.
Your next event coming up would be the men's 1,000-yard freestyle for Tufts in lane 2, Brandon Jin. Tufts in lane 4, John Lalimy. And Tufts in lane 6, Tommy Gillespie.
Wirecast.
Brendan Jin, one of the seniors for Tufts from Massachusetts. So this is a big moment for him and one of his final races for the Jumbos.
There will be one heat. Heat 1.
But that was a very good result for the Tufts women in that last race.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
So far, looking like a close race.
Coming into the end of 4 lengths, it looks like BC is in first place in lane 5, followed by Tufts coming in second place in lane 4, and Tufts in third place in lane 6. It's a long race, still a long time to go.
See here, the scores have been updated for the women's competition. Tufts up 20-16. Right now in the men's, it's 11-6 to the Jumbos over the Eagles.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Oh, and it looks like right now it's a tight race between lanes 4, 5, and 6. That's where it looks like it could be very interesting. Lane 4, I believe John Lalime for Tufts.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Here we have lane 5 for BC and lane 4 for Tufts, slowly pulling away from the rest of the pack. Looks like there's now a tight race for third place as well, with Brandon Jin coming into the race for third. Would you guys mind taking the other staircase down? Oh, right there.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Sorry.
We should switch, because then I can have my ear off and then our ears next to each other will be.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Very tight at the top there between lane 5 for BC and Brandon Jin and lane 3 for lane 4 for Tufts. John Lalime in lane 4 for Tufts. John Lalime looks like he has just about overtaken him at this point.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Right now going into, looks like the lap 17. Yeah, very tight at the top between lane 4 through 6. BC, of course, behind in the score right now, so they would like to at least keep close to Tufts early on in this swim meet. But right now, they have lanes 1 and 3 sort of falling behind the pack.
19 lengths complete there for lanes 1, 2, and 3. Hardly half a stroke, half a body to separate them.
This is going to be a really tight finish between lanes. As we've been saying, between lanes 4 through 6, they are all so close to each other. At the moment, you really can't say who's going to win in that between those three, and we shall see.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And it looks like Tommy Gillespie has overtaken BC's lane 5, giving Tufts the first and second positions with lane 4 and 6 respectively. Coming into the 25th length now, we have...
Looks like John Lalime there starting to get a bit of a lead up front in lane 4.
BC in lane 5 there just starting to fall behind just a little bit, has now been taken over by Tommy Gillespie in lane 6 for Tufts. 25 lengths complete. First place now, Lalime has almost a full length on third place for BC. 27 laps complete.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Sort of a tight race for first right now between two Jumbo's racers, Lalime and Gillespie. Right now as we go in to the final stretches here in this race.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Stay down here.
35 laps complete now. Actually, Tommy Gillespie has taken over the lead there in lane 6. BC lane 5 closing on lane 4 for Tufts. Lalime looking for a strong finish here out of all men. BC lane 5 is overtaken now. Lalime in lane 4 for Tufts, with Tommy Gillespie still in the lead.
He's finding some energy left in the tank here in this final stretch. See both sets of teams really getting into this. Going into the final stretch. Atmosphere electric here.
This place is absolutely rocking.
He's overtaken him.
BC has now taken over first place and has won the race there in lane 5. Tommy Gillespie for Tufts in lane 6 comes in second, and Lalime for Tufts comes in third.
What a comeback there. Unbelievable from BC in lane 5, finishing with a time of 9 minutes 57 seconds. We still have fantastic finish there.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
That was Alex Santana there for Boston College winning. Next event coming up for you is going to be the women's 200-yard freestyle. For BC in lane 1, Claudia Brady. BC in lane 3, Lauren Quinn. And for BC in lane 5 will be Erica Freeman.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
The next event is event number 5, the women's 200-yard freestyle. There will be 3 heats. Heat 1.
Right now we've got Heat 1 for the women's 200 freestyle.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Right now between two Tufts racers, Maggie Blanc and Rise MP, freshman and a sophomore.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Here we have the Tufts heat for the 200-yard freestyle. Currently racing is freshman Maggie Blanc in lane 3.
This is a demonstration
And
of
Ries
Wirecast.
MP for Tufts in lane 4.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And there it finishes, lane 4, finishing with a time of 2 minutes 4 seconds 35. Lane 3, 2 minutes 6 seconds 96 between the two Tufts racers.
This is
So
a
that was the first
demonstration
heat.
of Wirecast.
We tried to do the camera before, but the line is just in the way no matter where you put it. Like the line's directly in the way. You would have to put it like up on the steps or something.
Heat 2.
So we've got Heat 2 here.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
We got two Tufts swimmers in lanes 4 and 6. BC in lanes 1, 3, and 5.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
right now. BC doing a good job. Lanes 3 and 5.
Right now leading is lane 3 for BC, followed by lane 5 for BC, followed by Davina Bala for Tufts in lane 4. Right now the scores, Tufts women are up 20-16 and Tufts men are up also 20-16. Here we have heat 3 of the women's 200-yard freestyles. In lane 1 for BC is Claudia Brady. In lane 2 for Tufts, it is Abby Klaus. Lane 3 for BC is Lauren Quinn. Lane 4 for Tufts, Mary Hufziger. Lane 5 for BC, Ashley Scott. And lane 6 for Tufts is Hannah Truslow. Right now, Hufziger in lane 4 with a slight lead. Close all around. See how they come out of this turn. Strong turn out of lane 5 there for BC. That would be Ashley Scott. Mary Hufziger for
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Are you allergic to peanuts? Now we're going into the men's section. We'll see here.
demonstration of wire
Tufts
cast.
has 4 racers in this one. So Tufts on lane 2, Jack Freeman, freshman. Lane 4, Paul Schwartz. 5, Greg Callahan. And then 6, David Gelfand. So 2 freshmen, a junior, and a sophomore.
This is a demonstration of wire cast.
The next event is event number 6, the men's 200-yard freestyle. There will be 3 heats. Heat 1.
So Tufts men coming into this meet versus Boston College, 3 wins and 2 losses. Their last meet against Wheaton, as we were talking about, a smashing 200.5 to 77.5 win. And the men in that meet won 13 out of the 16 possible events, which was very, very successful for them.
First now.
Yeah, it looks like very close competition between these 2 schools at the moment. The scoreboard hasn't been updated yet, telling us 20 to 16 in both the men and women, both in favor of Tufts.
It's tied up there in the top in lane 2 and 3 between Jack Freeman and Taylor for Tufts and BC respectively.
Freeman, the freshman, first year, making a move here as we're going into the final stretch of this men's 200-yard freestyle.
Griffin Taylor just pulling ahead there a little bit. Lane 4 for Tufts falling a little bit behind.
Goes.
Lane 5 looking to make a late move, but Griffin Taylor holds them off in first place for BC.
That's a big win for BC. He was the only Eagle out there, and to get first in that men's 200-yard freestyle, the first heat of 3, that's a good start for BC.
Coming in there, second place was Jack Freeman for Tufts, and then third place was Greg Callahan.
See the score is starting to be updated on one side. Jumbo's up 30 to 25. It's do so for men's. I believe it'll probably be updated after these heats for the men's 200 yards finish. So the next one in lane 1 for BC.
And lane 1 for BC is Dennis Resnick.
And lane 2. It's first year for Tufts.
Victo. In lane 3 we have Samuel Ross.
And then lane 4, Noah Caddy.
Lane 5, Jack Fenton.
And then the senior, Aiden Shapiro. Lane 6, also Noah Caddy, the senior for Tufts.
Opening ceremony that we unfortunately did not manage to catch. But plenty of fans, plenty of signs, plenty of cardboard cutouts of heads. And what is it? I must say a pretty packed stage.
It is. It's a great atmosphere. It's a very, you can get into the view, but it's very small arena, so it's very compact, very intimate place. So everyone is almost in front of each other, but great atmosphere here so far.
Currently in the lead, Samuel Ross for BC. Followed again, I believe, by 2 jumbos.
Yeah, you can see in lane 2, Victor Walbertalsen. Hopefully I didn't mispronounce that name, but he's trying to make a move there. Because right now, lane 3 for BC is in a good
shot.
Yeah, and Jack Fenton, I believe, is just coming to... No, not Jack Fenton. It's actually Dennis Resnick is coming to third place. Very tight race all across the board here.
We're going into the final stretch. BC looks like they have potentially first and second in lanes 3 and 1. Tufts trying to potentially get third in lane 2.
Victor trying to get back into it. That's lane 1 right now for BC in the lead. Dennis Resnick, followed by lane 3, Samuel Roche. But lane 2 and lane 4 for Tufts are making a move. Lane 4 for Tufts out of nowhere has just secured third place. We got first place for Dennis Resnick, second place for Samuel Roche, both from BC, and third place.
Third place for Noah Kiley, the senior for the Jumbo. So that's another good race for BC. Of course, they got first in the first seat, and then getting first and second in the second heat. That's a great start for them.
You can see their Tufts making late moves all around the board, but just wasn't enough to BC held them off.
So we've got one more heat in the men's 200-yard freestyle.
I'm not sure if you can hear the atmosphere in the background here, but it's pretty great.
Got both teams chanting. BC right now feeling the momentum a little bit after 2 very good heats. A lot of parents in the crowd, students, former alumni as well. Great atmosphere here. And what has been a very cold and snowy day outside.
For BC, here we have lane 1, Matthew Sheldon, lane 3, Taylor Cortens, and lane 5, Ty Gruel.
And then for Tufts, freshman Joseph Kidd, 2, a sophomore Tyler Tatro, and then a senior Ross Wood in lane 6. Right now, Tufts looking like they have a good start from their lanes 2, 4, and 6. Though you have to say it's very close.
Currently in the lead are lanes 2 from Tufts in first place, lane 4 from Tufts in second place. And then in third place, it's almost a 3-way tie right now between all 3 of the BC swimmers. It's almost too close to call.
Joseph Kim doing a really good job there the first year. I feel like so far in the races, the first years have done well for Tufts, which is a great sign for their program, the potential that they have, the future that they have.
Lane 2 and 4 still holding on for Tufts, but a late push from lane 3 for BC. Taylor Cortens looking to fight, but out of nowhere, Ty Gruel is looking to make a push, almost in first place now. Almost a exact tie between lane 5, Ty Gruel. Exciting finish here. 4 people still in it. BC leading right now in lanes 5 and 3. It's going to be first place BC in lane 5, second place BC in lane 3, and third place, I believe, Tufts in lane 3.
So it looks like Tufts got second place in lane 4.
Wow, Tufts has edged it out.
So Tufts, Tyler Tatro. But once again, a big win for BC getting first. I believe they got first place in all 3 of those heats. So that was a great for them and their quest to try and win this against Tufts.
Next event we have coming up for you. What is it, Lucas?
So we've got event number 7 coming up, and it's the 100-yard backstroke. So even faster race. So this is all about the speed. We started a bit earlier on. We had a relay, then we had that really long distance freestyle, but now we're going to the faster swimmers, shorter distance. So it should be very interesting. So it looks like BC will only have racers in the first heat, and then Tufts will have racers in heats 2 and 3.
Yep, racing now in the first heat for BC is Elizabeth Canning in lane 3 and Mariel Green in lane 4. Fun to point out, the pool record is 59.29 seconds. I doubt it will be broken in a heat, but you never know.
We shall see. The BC women's team just coming off a doubleheader along with the men. Both the men and the women won. BC women's beating Dartmouth 157.5 to 141.5 in a win. 8 first-place finishes in that race. And then a very emphatic win in their other doubleheader game, a 224 to 76 win. So that was a good preparation for this tough matchup against the Jumbos. I think we'll soon see an updated scoreboard for the men's. I believe it'll have a very different picture on it. You have to say, Owen, after seeing those, the 6th event, the men's 200-yard freestyle, I think probably the men's BC team will be in front against the men's Jumbos.
Yeah, good performance there in that particular event by BC. Here is the BC heat for the women's 100-yard backstroke. Elizabeth Canning again in lane 3, followed by Mariel Green in lane 4. Not much to separate them here. Slight lead for Elizabeth Canning. Canning turns first, followed by Green. Canning just holding off Green here, but Green, late move. Green is now overtaking Canning. And there you have it. Green comes in first with a time of 105.31 seconds, followed by Canning with a time of 106.16 seconds.
I wonder what sort of mindset you go into one of these heats where you're only racing against your other teammates. If it makes it any different, or if it's just, the same old, go out there and try to swim as fast as you can. I wonder if, maybe it's easier for some swimmers swimming against the other team because then it increases, the competitiveness. And we shall see. In this race, though, that won't be an issue because there will be both BC swimmers and Tufts swimmers. Tufts in lanes 2 and 4. Stephanie Pond and Caroline McCormick, a junior and a senior.
And now in lane 1 for BC, we have Mary Fitzsimmons. Lane 3, Michaela McGeary. In lane 5, Kelsey Holmes. Strong start out of the gate from Michaela McGeary.
Yeah, it looks almost like BC has 1, 2, 3 at the moment, but as we've seen in other races, just because you start well doesn't necessarily mean you'll finish the race well.
First place coming into the second turn, we have Michaela McGeary. Second place followed by Kelsey Holmes.
Caroline McCormick in lane 4 trying to potentially get third. It's a tight race between her in lane 4 and BC in lane 1. But look at that, out in lane 3, all on her own.
Yeah, that's Michaela McGeary doing a great job there. Doubt anyone's going to catch her here.
It looks like BC might take a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, this could be a 1, 2, 3 with Mary Fitzsimmons finishing strong. This is going to be close.
It is.
We'll have to see. Oh, and BC go 1, 2, 3. First place, Michaela McGeary. Second place, Kelsey Holmes, followed by third place, Mary Fitzsimmons.
And then in 4th, it was the senior Caroline McCormick. And then in 5th, in lane 2, Stephanie Pond. So after a strong start from Tufts, BC have responded well in these last heats. As we go into the final heat of the women's 100, 3 tough racers out there in lane 2, Jackie Crater, sophomore, a junior, Grace Gocheos, sorry if I mispronounced that name, in lane 4, and then Emma Donchi, the freshman, in lane 6.
For BC here, we have Catherine Carl in lane 1, in lane 3, Maura Grimes, and in lane 5, Grace Edwards. Strong start out of Maura Grimes there. She'll be the first to turn. Tied across the board, and it looks like Emma Donchi has emerged in second.
Yeah, out there in lane 6, doing a good job.
Maura Grimes over a whole body in front of everyone else now. It's going to be an interesting race in the final there between her and Michaela McGeary.
Emma Donchi in lane 6 trying to potentially get second. In lane 4 for Tufts as well. Grace doing it, trying to keep up. But right now, it looks like BC will take first again.
That's going to be Maura Grimes with first place. Emma Donchi fighting it out against lane 5 with Grace Edwards. It's going to be close. Grace Edwards, I believe, just edged out Emma Donchi.
That was so close. You can see there, incredible.
My math's not that good, but I think it's around 0.3 of a second.
That was a really tight race for second place there. But once again, BC doing a fantastic job getting first and second in that heat.
Yeah, that was first place again for Maura Grimes, second place for Grace Edwards.
So that ends the women's 100. And now we will move on to the next.
It's going to be the men's 100-yard backstroke, the heats. Only 2 heats here. In lane 3 for BC, we have Nathan Greeley, and lane 5, Peter Banks.
And then for Tufts, we have Ethan Webster, Chris Simodas, and Connor Doyle, and that in the order of lanes 2, 4, and 6. As we should say, lane 1 will be the furthest to the right on your screen. Lane 6, the furthest to your left. And right now it looks like lane 6 at the moment, a good start. Connor Doyle, the sophomore, here in the men's 100-yard backstroke.
Strong start here out of the Jumbos. They need to get some points here as well after a couple strong BC performances in a row.
Well, there, look at lane 2. Strong stuff from Ethan Webster, the freshman again. Another jumbo freshman doing really well. Lane 4 as well coming up. Chris Simodas, the senior, using his experience, but it looks like lane 2 out in front.
It's 1, 2, 3 at the moment for Tufts.
Ethan Webster, and there we go. Very, very strong showing from Tufts here in the men's 100-yard backstroke. Just the sort of response they needed after BC outdid them in the last event for the men's. And now here the heat number 2 of the men's 100-yard backstroke. Nick Tingen in lane 2, Kingsley Bowen, who had a really good showing in their last meet at Wheaton. And then lane 6, Nathan Mitchell.
Yeah, you're going to have in lane 1 for BC, Alex Shahab. Lane 2, you're going to have Corey. And lane 3, you're going to have Corey. And lane 5, Colin O'Leary.
Well, I think the one racer to look out for in this race for Tufts, Kingsley Bowen, had 3 first-place finishes in their win at Wheaton.
He's the senior, right?
Yes.
I also believe he is one of the team's captains.
Right now, tight between him and the BC swimmer in lane 5.
BC swimmer in lane 5 again is Colin O'Leary. It's currently Kingsley versus O'Leary for 1 and 2, followed by what looks to be Corey in lane 3. Big turn here for both men. Kingsley emerges first. Kingsley looking to hold off the late push by O'Leary. And Kingsley's going to take it, followed by O'Leary in third. And third place is almost too close to call. It was lane 3 for BC. Talmage Corey. I apologize completely for that pronunciation of that name.
Well, Kingsley Boeing starting where he left off yesterday with another first place finish. And you see here, BC, a strong showing for the women. They've updated the scores. They're up 41-33. And right now it's a very close game between Tufts and BC for the men. 36-38 in favor of BC. So now it's BC leading in both the women and the men.
Coming to event number 8, event number 9, women's 100-yard breaststroke. Heat 1 for BC, Maria Abrams in lane 3 and Jamie Doherty in lane 5.
And then for Tufts, they have 2 racers in lane 2, Rachel Marston, a sophomore, and then Emily Mendelson, another sophomore, in lane 4 here, the breaststroke.
BC in positions 1 and 2 right now. First to touch, first to turn.
So the record was set back in 1997 for this event, the full record. So it has been quite some time, 21 years.
Lane 3 there for BC, Maria Abrams out ahead of the rest of the pack. She is just trying to fight off any late pushes, but she doesn't seem like she should have any problems. One last turn here for her. Now what will be interesting here is the race for second there for BC, Jamie Doherty in lane 5 and lane 4, apologies, for Tufts.
In lane 4 for Tufts, Emily Mendelson.
Emily Mendelson looking to just edge it out. Too close to call, but I believe it is BC taking 1 and 2. That's Maria Abrams in first, Jamie Doherty edging out
and
for
then
second place.
In third, Emily Mendelson. So another strong showing from BC as we go into heat number 2.
For BC in heat number 2 in lane 1, Anna Milia, apologies. In lane number 3, Taylor Covington, and in lane number 5, Alexa Lanton.
And then for the women's lane 2 for Tufts, Catherine Brown, the junior, and then Lily Kurtz, the sophomore, in lane 4. Looking right now at the moment, it looks like lane 4, Lily Kurtz, strong start, but all very too close to call at the moment. Looks like competition for first between lanes 3 and 4, with lane 5 trying to make a late push here as we go into the final stretch of this second heat of the women's 100-yard breaststroke.
BC right now looks to be in the lead in lane 3 there. That's Taylor Covington. Also placing right now for BC is lane 5, Alexa Lanton in third. Taylor Covington looks like she's going to hold off.
Looks like second place was Lily Kurtz.
Third place there for Alexa Lanton. Moving now into the men's heat for the 100-yard breaststroke. For BC in lane 3, Peter Tamiljanovic. There's absolutely 0% chance that was the right way to pronounce it, so I apologize.
So Tufts have 4 swimmers. They will have one in lane 1, Ryan Lynch, the freshman. In lane 2, Matthew Manfrey. And then in the junior, lane 4, Michael Grigorek. And then in lane 5, Tommy Simon, the freshman. So 3 freshmen out there for Tufts.
The men's 100-yard breaststroke. There will be 2 heats. Heat 1.
Right now they updated the scores for the women's, and BC have shot out in front. They lead 55-38.
Now in first place, lane 2 for the Jumbos, Ryan Lynch. Looks like in second place, lane 4 for the Jumbos.
Looks like Tufts getting first, second, and third in that race. As we go in to the second heat, 2 of 2. Tufts have 3 racers. In lane 2, the freshman Tartar Jerasinchai, who had a good race, had 2 wins against Wheaton. Alexander Burnham in lane 4, the junior, and then Quan Lee, the sophomore, in lane 6.
For BC here, we have lane 1, Alex Shahab. Lane 3. Oh, apologies. I was looking at the backstroke. It should be in lane 1, Charlie Kleinsmith. Lane 3, Billy Miller. And lane 5, Sammy Farmers.
So far, it looks like lane 3 has it for BC, although lane 2 for Tufts coming up. Jarasinjai.
Yeah, lane 3 for BC right now in the lead looks to be Billy Miller. See the turn here. Tartar looking to close the distance. Currently in first place, Billy Miller, followed by lane 1, Charlie Kleinsmith, followed by Tartar.
BC having a strong showing so far. How will they finish?
Tufts the men's category right now has only got 2 points in it. Every race at this point counts. Tartar looks to have moved into third place behind Billy Miller and Charlie Kleinsmith.
I think the pool record, could it be broken? No.
So here we have first place, actually for Charlie Kleinsmith in the end. Followed by Billy Miller in lane 3, followed by Tartar.
Yeah, Jarasinchai coming up. 58.93. The pool record was 58.13, so close, really, in the pool record. So that finishes event number 10. We are now into event number 11, moving to the women's 200-yard butterfly. There will be 2 heats in this. The record set back in 2003, a time of 2 minutes, 8 seconds, .62.
For all you tuned in at home, there will be a total of 40 events for heats today. So it's going to be a long one, so make sure you get some snacks.
This is a demonstration of wire.
So they've updated the score for the men's. BC extending their lead to 13 points, up 53-40. So here in lane 3, Sam Nasson, and then lane 4, Juliet Bicon. Both first years for Tufts are the only 2 racers out here in the 200-yard women's first heat butterfly.
BC only racing in Heat 2.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
So about halfway through this first heat of the women's 200-yard butterfly. So far, it looks like lane 4 out in front for Tufts. Juliet Bicon.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Here we go into the final stretch. And at the moment, and it looks like it will be a first place for Juliet Bicon here in the butterfly. She finishes with a time of 2 minutes 15 seconds 28, and then coming up behind was the other first year for Tufts, Sam Nasson, with a time of 2 minutes 18 seconds .01. So now we move into the second heat. We've got some BC racers here as well in lanes 1, 3, and 5. Tufts with racers in lanes 2, 4, and 6. So a full pull here for the second heat of the women's 200-yard butterfly. Colleen Doolan, the senior, in lane 2 and lane 4. Amy Socha, the sophomore. And then in lane 6, Catherine Sweetser. And they're off. So at the moment, lane 4. Amy Socha, a good start. She's got a nice lead at the moment. Looks like she has now got a nice, comfortable lead in first. It's a tight race for second place, though, between BC in lane 3 and Tufts in lane 2. Colleen Doolan, the senior.
This is a demonstration of
And so when they touch the wall here, we'll be at around the halfway mark of this heat. Still in first, lane 4. Amy Socha, the sophomore for the Jumbos. Although the lead has been closed. BC in lanes 3 and 5 trying to close in. Especially in lane 3 is a tight race. In fact, I believe lane 3 has now overtaken Socha. And now BC have the lead in this race. Tufts in second and third. Although it was a tight race for third between lane 4, Catherine Sweetser, and then in lane 5 for BC. Tufts really need to get a good result in this heat. And right now it's a battle between lane 2 for Tufts. Colleen Doolin trying to keep up with lane 3 for BC. Amy Socha's sort of fallen off in this race. And now it's a final sprint. And it looks like Colleen Doolin in lane 2. Could she get it? She's got the lead, and she will finish in first. Second goes to BC. Third place to Tufts. Amy Socha. And Tufts getting a good first and third place finish there. Fourth and fifth going to BC. Sixth place to Tufts. So now we will start the men's 200-yard butterfly. There'll be 2 heats, 2 racers for Tufts. They'll be in lanes 2 and 4. The sophomore Christian Schoen, and then the freshman Devin French. BC racers in lanes 3 and 5. So it is a 2v2.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
So far, Tufts just in front in lane 4. That is Devin French, the first year. On the lane 2 closing in as well. It looks like Tufts have first and second at the moment. French out in the lead. It's a tight race for second at the moment. Christian Schoen and the BC racer in lane 3. The pool record for this event, 1 minute 53 seconds, .27, set only last year. So it's a very new record. Could it be beaten today? As we're at the halfway point. Looks like BC making a push in lane 3 for first. It's a tight race. Lane 4, Devin French trying to keep his first spot, but I believe he's been overtaken at the moment as we go into the final stretch. BC. And they've got a nice little lead. Christian Schoen at the moment falling a little bit behind. It looks like BC now have a comfortable lead in lane 3, and now it's a fight for who will get second at the moment. We shall see. But it looks like BC might get first and second in this race. It is a tight finish, but BC will get first and second. A strong, strong showing. And that's a big win for the Boston College Eagles as we go into Heat 2. Well, at the moment, Tufts losing in both the women's and the men's. The women's, BC up 53-40 over the Jumbos. Or sorry, 61-51. And then for the men's, it's BC up 53-40. Although the scoreboard will be updated.
Heat 2 now of the men 200-yard butterfly in lane 1 BC. Matt Amedeo, sorry. In lane 3, Cole Givozaz, apologies, And in lane 5, Ryan Price. Lane 3 and lane 5, both freshmen for BC.
And here for Tufts, we've got a junior in lane 2, Trevor Sermon. 2 sophomores in lanes 4 and 6, John Coster, and then Dawson Stout, sorry.
Strong start here from lane 4 for Tufts.
That being John Coster. Trying to get back into this meet, Tufts, at the moment. Struggling a little bit, but there's still a lot of races left.
Many events left to go here, and these are only the heats. Tufts now with what looks to be a comfortable lead in first place in lane 4. Really a competition almost for second as of right now, but a late push here from lane 1 for BC. Matt Amadio.
Lane 6 as well for Tufts. Dawson Stout trying to get up there, but at the moment it's lane 4. John Coster, and he's got a very healthy lead out in front.
Looks like Tufts may take 1 and 2 here, with actually maybe 1, 2, and 3. We'll have to see.
Still a little bit more to go here in this final stretch. Tufts at the moment have first and second comfortably. Third place still a toss-up between lanes 2 and 3. Very tight race at the moment.
Should be a big race here for Tufts, looking to get back into this meet.
Coster and Stout leading the way for the Jumbos. It looks like, not entirely sure who will get first and second out of those two, but Tufts will get first and second. It looks like Stout got it. No, it was lane 4. My apologies. Coster and then Stout in second, and BC getting third.
Ryan Price there with a third place freshman.
That was a really good finish there. And so now that is the end of event 12. We move on to event number 13.
It's going to be the women's 50-yard butterfly. Heat 1 is going to be only Tufts.
This is a demonstration of WireCast.
So it looks like there might only be one racer in this 50-yard butterfly, the first heat. Maggie Blanc, the first year. All eyes on her for this first heat. So scores have been updated. 61 to 51, BC women's lead. And then in the men's, it's a closer contest at 58 to 54.
Bit of a showcase run here for our lone swimmer there in lane 3.
And now with the 50 yards, it's all about the speed, and just the start is so important as well. Getting a good jump. The pool record, 26.34, set back only a year ago by Fong. And Blanc will finish with a 28.82. And now we have both Eagles and Jumbos racers out there here in Heat 2. So for Tufts in lane 2, Tessa Garces, senior. Alex Good in lane 4, another senior. And then Brooke Bernstein, the junior, in lane 6.
In lane 1 for BC, you got Hope Draglin. Lane 3, already raced today, Ashley Scott. And lane 5, Sydney Dacey. Freshman Ashley Scott in lane 3. Seniors, Hope Draglin and Sydney Dacey. Also swimming for BC.
There we go. Looks like BC has first and potentially second. Tufts in lane 6. Brooke Bernstein trying to catch up.
Yes. Strong start there in lane 3 from BC. Ashley Scott. Good win for her.
And it was actually Alex Good coming up with third place for Tufts, but that is another strong performance for BC.
Sydney Dacey finishing there in second place for BC. Very strong time as well from Ashley Scott with a time of 26.69.
This is a demonstration of WireCast.
And so now we have the final heat. So in lane 2, Jeanette Ko Huang, the first year. Lane 4, Sasha Fang. And then lane 6, Madeline Lee for the final heat of the women's 50-yard butterfly. Ko Huang got the first place in the 100-yard backstroke.
For BC here in lane 1, Caroline Evan. Lane 3, Victoria Lynn. And lane 5, Ina Elcott. Strong start there in lane 3 for BC, Victoria Lynn. Comes out of the turn in first. Great turn there out of Tufts in lane 4.
Yeah, lane 4, Sasha Fang. Can she get there? It's between lanes 3 and 4. Lane 3 got it.
Lane 3, that would be Veronica Lynn. Edging out narrowly. Lane 4 for the Jumbos.
Sasha Fang.
And then in lane 5, coming in third place for BC, Ina Elcott.
At the moment, the BC women just edging out the Tufts women. They've been close races, but BC, I believe, will extend their lead as we go into the men's 50-yard butterfly. There'll be 2 heats. Tufts will only have 1 racer in this first heat, and it will be JJ Batt, the sophomore, in lane 4.
BC also only having 1 racer, Brennan Gatward. So kind of a head-to-head here between the 2 boys. Tufts men actually managed to close the gap over the last couple of heats with a score now 54-58. The women for Tufts are now losing 56-75. It's going to be a big sprint to the finish here.
And here we go.
Looks like right now Tufts is edging it.
Batt. Strong swimming. And he will get it. 24.09.
Brendan Gatward there getting second place for BC with a time of 24.93.
And now we're here into the heat number 2. Lomax Turner, the sophomore, in lane 2. In lane 4, Constantino Camerano, the junior. And then Brian Haneke, the senior, in lane 6.
For BC in lane 1, Matt Sable. Lane 2, Colin Darradin. Lane 3, Colin Darradin. And lane 5, Michael Hintall.
This is a demonstration of WireCast.
I think that was a good jump by lane 3.
Lane 3
BC.
there. Colin Darradin for BC.
Also lane 5 looking good.
Big turn here. Lane 3 for BC. Darradin coming up early, but maintaining the lead. Lane 5 for BC. Now Michael Hinton.
I think they got... And second place going to Tufts, but first going to BC.
First place you have Colin Darradin for BC.
And then it was the sophomore Lomax Turner.
Followed by
second.
the junior for Boston College, Michael Hinton.
They've updated the scores for the women, and BC extending their lead. They're now up 75-56. So they've got a healthy lead at the moment. And BC gaining a little bit of their lead back for the men's. The Eagles up 70-61. As we move into event, I believe event number 15, right, Owen?
Yep, women's 50-yard freestyle. This is the sprint now. And heat 1 for BC in lane 3, Claudia Brady. Lane 5, Laura Packer.
And then for the women's, they've got 2 seniors for Tufts. Christy Hug in lane 2, and then Jessica Fan in lane 4. Looks like at the moment, lane 2, Hug doing a good job.
Right now in the lead is lane 5 for BC, Laura Packer. A late push there from lane 2 for Tufts. This is going to be tight.
It's very tight. We shall see. And there we go.
Tufts edges out.
First place for Christy Hug, sorry.
Second place coming for BC's Laura Packer.
And then in third, it went for Jessica Fan for Tufts. As we go into heat number 2 for the women's 50-yard freestyle. 3 first-years out here for Tufts. So we've got Ann Younger in lane 2, Hannah Spencer in lane 4, and then Emily Payne in lane 6.
For BC in lane 1, Julie Dobson in lane 3, Ali Kia in lane 5, Haley Dolan. Strong start from all the ladies there. Very tight race.
Looks like lane 3 has the edge at the moment for BC.
Both lanes 3 and lane 5 for BC doing very well. I believe lane 3 is in the lead right now. That would be Ali Kia, followed by lane 5, Haley Dolan, but this could be close. Spencer making a late move, but I don't think it'll be enough.
Yeah.
Lane 5 winning. That would be Haley Dolan for BC. In second place, lane 3, Ali Kia.
And then it was Hannah Spencer in lane 4. So another strong showing for the Eagles. So this will be the last event. This is event number 16, the last event before a 15-minute break.
The next event is event number 16. At the conclusion of this event, there will be a 15-minute break for warm-up for one minute. This is event 50-yard freestyle. There will be 3 heats. Heat 1.
We're coming into the men's 50 free. 2 jumbos.
You got Greg Callahan and Spencer Schmidt, a junior and a sophomore.
Turned at basically the same time.
This is going to be a very tight finish here. Too close to call, but it looks like Schmidt got it. 23.28. Wow. Strong swimming from the sophomore. So this will be the second of 3 heats here in the men's 50-yard freestyle. Tufts will have Tim Gronett, a junior in lane 2. Victor Vollebrecht-Towson, the freshman in lane 4. And then Cole Bassett, the freshman in lane 6.
Victor there, very energetic. In lane 3 you got for BC, Paul Boyce. And then lane 5, Oliver Brown.
There we go.
Wow, like strong start, lane 3 there for BC.
Very
Paul
strong.
Boyce. Oliver Brown for BC also doing quite well. Victor trying to fight his way back into it in lane 4.
But it looks like
1 and 2 are going to go to BC.
Yeah.
First place is Paul Boyce in lane 3, followed by second, Oliver Brown in lane 5.
And then it was lane 4, Victor, getting third place with a 22.38 time.
Here you have the Tufts fans chanting "Goo" for their swimmer in lane 4 here.
Roger Gu, the junior. They also have Noah Zhang, the sophomore in lane 2, and Ross Wood, the senior in lane 6.
For BC, for BC in lane 1, junior Michael Spence. In lane 3, sophomore Kevin Chandra. And freshman in lane 5, Dar Ribeiro.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Well, here we go. Tufts need a strong showing before the 15-minute break.
And it looks like they've got that in lane 4 right now. It looks like Goo.
Roger Goo. And look at him go.
Goo flying through this heat.
Roger Goo.
Looks like BC going to come up with second and third, however. Roger Goo finishing first, followed by, in lane 5,
I believe that could be a new record.
Ribeiro. And in lane 3 for third place will be Michael Spence.
I believe that's a new record. It says the pool record 20.6. And it looks like Goo got 20.3.
I'll have to wait for the official ruling on that one, see what happens. So that ends event 16, the men's 50 free. Now we go into the women's 100 free. Heat 1, strictly jumbos. But I believe that there is a small break now in the action for a while. So we're also going to take a break over here. We'll be back to you in around 15 minutes with the women's 100 free.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Hello and welcome back here to the Gantry Arena. Just the break is about to finish up here, so we're going to get started in a second with event number 19, the women's 100-yard free. Heat 1 will just be tough swimmers.
Got lane 2, Jessica Fan. Lane 3, Alex Good. Lane 4, Davina Bala. Lane 5, Brooke Bernstein. And then lane 6, Serena Derderian. As we get this heat underway, 5 tough swimmers out there. In the women's 100-yard freestyle, there'll be 3 heats. So right now, the Tufts women will need start getting some points. They're behind 99-70. Tufts men also behind the BC Eagles 88-75.
Looks like in first right now, lane 4 for Tufts, followed by Davina Bala, and lane 5 for Tufts, followed by Davina Bala in lane 4.
And lane 5 out in front, that would be Brooke Bernstein, the junior.
Oh, Davina late move, but I believe it's going to be Brooke Bernstein in first, Davina Bala in second, and in third, Lucas?
In third place, we have, it was lane 3, Alex Good, the senior.
So that's event number 19, Heat 1 finished. Now we move to Heat 2, which will have BC swimmers. In lane 3, Laura Quinn, the junior. And in lane 5, Lainey Thomas, the freshman.
And then for Tufts, they have 3 swimmers, 2 seniors and a first year. Sydney Nasson in lane 2, the senior, followed by Hannah Spencer in lane 4, the first year. And then Chrissy Hug, the senior, in lane 6 for the second heat of the women's 100-yard freestyle. The official pool record set about 9 years ago in 2010, 53.02. That was the time.
Strong start there out of Spencer. BC's lanes 3 and 5 are right back in it. I believe first to turn is going to be Quinn, followed by Thomas for BC. Close across the board here. Lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6. Quinn pulling ahead slightly there for BC in lane 3. Followed by Spencer in lane 4. Lane 5, Thomas. It's the order that they're in right now. Lane 6 for Tufts, however, is still right in this for first, second, or third.
Looks like BC, though, has a nice lead in lane 3.
Strong lead for Quinn there.
And they might have second as well, although maybe Anna Spencer, Chrissy Hug, try to say something about that. No.
It's going to be first place for Quinn, second place for Thomas.
And then third place for Chrissy Hug, senior, so another strong showing from the Eagles.
Now here in the third heat of the women's 100 free, in lane 1 for BC, we have Julie Dobson. Lane 3, Ali Kia, and lane 5, Eilish Scott. Who are our jumbo swimmers there, Lucas?
So we have in lane 2, Colleen Doolin. For Tufts need a good result here to just stay in this meet. It's at the moment BC doing a very good job.
Mary Huffziger in lane 4. Very strong freshman. Out of Sandy Hook, Connecticut. Strong start from 2 of the BC swimmers, however. In lane 5 right now, that is Eilish Scott, who had 2 great races earlier.
Well, Mary Hufsicker looks to be leading all Tufts swimmers, and it's a very close race right now. Hard to tell really who's in first.
I believe halfway through this event, Mary Hufsicker in lane 4 just barely edging it out over Eilish Scott in lane 5 and Ali Kia in lane 3. Kia's looking to kind of pull ahead here. Tough to see from where we are. This is going to be tight.
I think it's going to be between lanes 3 and 4. Lane 5 could have a say in this race as well. Hufsicker trying to give Tufts something here.
Hufsicker trying to catch Kia there. Kia looks like she might have it. Looks like Kia is going to take this one. Sophomore out of BC.
There's a tie for first.
Whoa.
And it was between lanes 4 and 5. Out of nowhere, they're the lane 5 for BC.
Yeah, Eilish Scott tying with Mary Hufsicker there. And then in third place is going to be lane 2.
Wow. Colleen Doolin, we weren't expecting that from our angle.
Yeah.
It looked like it was lane 3 was out in front.
Yeah, I agree.
But it was very close.
Great race there.
And in the end, Tufts getting a first and then a third. So let's see how that will affect the scoreboard. As now we will begin the men's 100-yard freestyle. There are 4 heats. And the first one, all Tufts swimmers. Or actually, no, there will be one BC swimmer, sorry.
Yeah, that BC swimmer's name is Andrew Revers, a freshman.
For Tufts, there are 5 swimmers, lanes 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. David Gelfand, a sophomore. Jack Freeman, a freshman. Brian Haneke, a senior. Greg Callahan, a junior. And then Spencer Schmidt, the sophomore.
Demonstration of Wirecast.
In lane 6.
The next event is event number 20, the men's 100-yard freestyle. There will be 4 heats. Heat 1.
Just a little refresher there.
Demonstration of Wirecast.
And there we go.
Strong start from the BC swimmer, Andrew Revers. He's first to turn. It's 1 versus 5 here in the BC versus Tufts for this heat, but it looks like Andrew Revers may take this.
Tight race. You can see lanes 4 for 6 for Tufts trying to keep up. Lane 2 as well. But yeah, BC leading the pack.
Revers there, out ahead.
He's out ahead of Brian Haneke, the senior. As we go into the final stretch. Oh, it'll be a tight one.
Looks like Haneke's pulled ahead a little bit, but Revers has something to say about it.
Who will get first? It will be
Revers in lane 3, edging it out by 0.06 of a second.
Tufts in second was Ryan Haneke, and then in third, I believe, was lane 5, Greg Callahan.
Demonstration of Wirecast.
You can see the scores updated for the women's events, and the lead is getting bigger and bigger for BC, 113 to 74 at the moment.
The men's tighter there, 75 to 88. BC leading right now.
This will be heat number 3 of 4. Heat 3 of 4. For Tufts, they've gotten lane 2. Sorry, this is the second heat. My apologies. Aiden Shapiro in lane 2, Noah Cagley in lane 4, and then Chris Samotas in lane 6.
For BC, Griffin Taylor, the junior in lane 1, Cole Vanderwell, the senior in lane 3, and Evan O'Mara, the junior in lane 5. Strong start there from BC's lane 5. That would be Evan O'Mara. As he turns.
Lane 6 for Tufts. Chris Samotas trying to respond. Although lane 3 looking good for BC as well. As we go into the final stretch,
Tufts looking to just edge, but lane 3, Cole Vanderwell, looks like he secured first place.
It was lane 6, Chris Simotas getting it.
A come from behind there for the Jumbos. Second place was lane 3.
And then lane 4, Noah Cagley. So Tufts doing well to get first in that race.
First and third, yes.
First and third.
Now we have heat 3 out of 4 for this men's 100-yard free. For BC, Oliver Brown, the freshman. In lane 3, Paul Boyce, sophomore. And then in lane 5 for BC, Dara Ribeiro, the freshman.
And for Tufts, we have Ross Wood, the senior in lane 2. Victor Volberg-Tausen, the first year in lane 4. And then Noah Zhang, sophomore in lane 6. There we go. Strong start from lane 3 and lane 5.
BC there in lane 3. I believe that is Boyce. Strong as well in lane 5, Ribeiro. The turn, BC comes out top with Boyce in lane 3.
Yeah, they have first and second at the moment, but still a very tight race. Lane 4 for the Jumbos. Volbrecht-Tausen trying to catch up, and he might, tight race. Volbrecht-Tausen, can he do it? He does! With a time of 49.14.
Wow.
Strong finish from the first-year Jumbo.
Tight there, lane 3, Boyce missing out by 0.03 of a second.
And Tufts once again getting first and third. An important finish for them.
Looking to close the gap here in the men's, which is very, very doable right now with only a 13-point lead for BC.
As we go into the final heat, and Tufts have the record setter in the men's 100-yard freestyle set just last year, Roger Gu, the junior, in lane 4. Can he help Tufts back into this meet against the BC Eagles?
For BC, you got in lane 1, Kevin Chandra, lane 2, Michael Hinton, and in lane 5, the junior, Max Threlkeld.
Tufts also have Tyler Tatro and Lomax Turner. And there we go. Roger Gu, strong start for the Jumbos.
Roger Gu followed by lane 3 for BC, Michael Hinton, and lane 5, Max Threlkeld.
Yeah, he's got a nice lead out there. Looks like BC vying for second. Third place up for grabs. Tyler Tatro, the second year trying to get in there.
Roger Gu almost a full body length in front now on what is quite a short event. Will win this one comfortably. Followed by second place, which is going to be Michael Hinton. And third place, I believe, was Tufts.
Yeah, it was in lane 6. That was Lomax Turner, the second year. And I believe Roger Gu, these times still not officially confirmed, but the record was 45.62. Roger Gu had 45.19. And if the times are confirmed, that would be the second record that he has broken today. So it has been a very strong showing from the junior. As we go now into the
women's 200-yard backstroke.
200-yard backstroke.
Only one BC swimmer here in your first leg, or first heat, apologies. Mary Fitzsimmons, the senior from BC.
So it looks like they've combined this into one heat. Tufts has 3 swimmers, Grace Goches, Jackie Crater, and Abby Kloss. A junior and 2 sophomores in lanes 2, 4, and 6.
Now, I believe for BC, I may be wrong because of the switch, but it should be Sydney Dacey in lane 1, Grace Edwards in lane 3, and Michaela McGeary in lane 5.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
This is event number 21 of the day. And this backstroke, 200-yard, the record set in 2017 by Jackie Grader.
Right now, it looks like lane 3, however, for BC is in the lead. That would be, I believe, Grace Edwards, the freshman. Looks like it's going to be Grace Edwards, the freshman, quite comfortably there for BC. Followed, and I've gotten my distance wrong. This is the 200.
So about halfway through, but it should be a good finish. BC.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
Grace Edwards.
Though, let's see, does she still have energy in the tank?
She's got a full length right now.
This is a really strong showing from the first year.
Putting some distance between herself and the rest of the competition right now.
And she seems to be gaining speed at the moment.
In the 200-yard backstroke.
She has got even more energy here. This has been fantastic showing from her. Could she get the pool record? We shall see. Maybe just shy of it. But another very strong showing. Tufts will get second in lane 2.
2 minutes and 9 seconds there for Grace Edwards.
I believe it was Abby Kloss who got second for the Jumbos. 2 minutes, 11 seconds, .18.
And then coming in third will be Sydney Dacey, the senior out of Boston College.
So now we're into the men's 200-yard backstroke. Connor Doyle will be the tough swimmer in lane 4, the sophomore, in the first heat of 2.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
For BC here, and heat 1 of the men's 200-yard backstroke. There appears to only be one swimmer, however, I have 2 listed. Peter Banks and Nathan Greeley.
Is that him warming up there?
That's what I think.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
An exciting event coming up here in a couple. We're going to see the, apologies there, the women's 50-yard back and the men's 50-yard back.
Demonstration of Wirecast.
So that'll be coming up shortly. Right now, we're still dealing with the men's 200-yard backstroke.
The next event will be event 22, the men's 200-yard backstroke. There will be 2 heats.
BC not wearing their names on their swim caps, so hard to tell who this actually is, as I have 2 swimmers listed and only one is in the pool right now.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And here we go. Right now, Tufts Well, it's a very tight race so far, but Tufts has a slight lead in lane 4, that being Connor Doyle.
Connor Doyle looking to edge this one out here. Shouldn't have too many difficulties. Strong start, looking to finish strong. Yeah, and that's going to be Connor Doyle winning this heat. Just kidding. Still one more length to go. Connor Doyle in the lead right now, looking pretty comfortable.
Still got around the half, a bit more past the halfway mark.
Connor Doyle here, almost a full length on him now. Full body length, that is.
Extending that lead as we go into the final stretch. And Connor Doyle will, bar some miracle, will take first place in this heat with a time of 1:58.41.
Followed by apologetically an unknown BC swimmer. I believe it is either, as I have two names listed, it is either Peter Banks or Nathan Greeley. Now in the second heat of this event, who do we have, Lucas?
So right now for the men's, my apologies as I pull it up.
Or I can start here for BC in lane 1, Jack Fenton. In lane 3, Colin O'Leary. And in lane 5, Alex Shahab.
So for Tufts, Kingsley Bowen, who has the pool record in this event, the senior in lane 2, Joseph Kim in lane 4, and then Nathan Mitchell, the sophomore in lane 6. So they're continuing to update the scores. The Jumbos losing 126 to 80 in the women's meet, and in the men's, the Jumbos losing in a more of a competitive contest, 94 to 88.
Still plenty of events to go.
Lane 2 at the moment for Tufts. Kingsley Bowen, strong start.
As previously mentioned, the senior captain looking to impress here on his senior night. BC making a late move there. Kingsley looking to hold him off. That's lane 3. I believe that is Fenton.
So we're down around the halfway point.
My apologies, that's O'Leary in lane 3 for BC. Up there right now is Kingsley.
Well, it's tight right now between BC lane 3 and then lane 2 for Tufts. Kingsley Bowen. In fact, BC now has the lead going into the final stretch.
That is O'Leary in lane 3 for BC with the current lead, followed by Kingsley for Tufts.
Well, here we go.
O'Leary looking to hold on to his lead. And he does.
Got it. Tufts will get second and third in that race, but a good first place finish for BC.
Yeah, good stuff there from BC. It's a tight men's competition right now. Only 6 points in it, so every single placement counts.
So now we move, as you're saying, the event that you were looking forward to, Owen, the women's 50-yard backstroke.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
As we have a little bit of a break here, I was looking to go around the scores to look how other Tufts athletic teams are doing today, but it seems like quite a few games have been canceled due to the weather. The men's and women's squash had their games canceled, but fortunately for us, the swimming event
is a demonstration of Wirecast.
allowed to go on here as the first heat is started. BC, a lone swimmer here in this 50-yard backstroke. Let's see what she can get. The pool record, 27.74. Doesn't look like she'll be able to get it.
This is a demonstration.
She'll finish
of
with a
Wirecast.
30.59 for the BC Eagles. So for Tufts, in heat number 2 of 3 here in the women's 50-yard backstroke, we'll have Caroline McCormick, the senior in lane 2, and then in lane 4, Ann Younger in lane 4, first year. Tufts looking to come back at the moment, behind by
This is a demonstration
46
of
points.
Wirecast.
And they're off. Strong racing. Looks like Tufts has a lead in lane 4. We shall see. As we go into the final stretch, it looks like Tufts will take first, second, and third. Oh, a third place finish for Tufts. It didn't look like Caroline McCormick was going to get there, but she did. First goes to Ann Younger. Good finish for the Jumbos. And now the final heat of the women's 50-yard backstroke. Emma Donchi in lane 2, the first year. In fact, 3 first years in this final heat for Tufts. Jeanette Huang and Emily Payne. BC having swimmers in lanes 1, 3, and 5. Just to remind you that lane 1, furthest to your right on the screen. Lane 6, the furthest to the left. And there they are. Strong start from BC in lane 3, and also for Tufts in lane 4, Jeanette Huang. As they go here on the turn into the final stretch. Pool record in this event, 27.74. Could it be broken? As here we go. Almost. All very close to being broken, and that is a very strong finish for BC. First and second place in lanes 3 and 5. Tufts getting third place in lane 4. And now we are on to the men's 50-yard backstroke. There'll be 2 heats.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
In fact, sorry, as they're saying over the speaker system, that was a record set by the BC swimmer in lane 3. Another record broken. That record was 7 years old. It was set back in 2012. So here we go for the men's. Tufts having 2 swimmers in this event. BC has 3. Tufts in lanes 2 and 4. Cole Bassett and Ethan Webster, both first years. Looks like lane 5 for BC has the lead so far. And look at him go. Was able to last so long underwater there on the turn, and he will get first. That's a great showing. Lane 4 for Tufts, getting second. And that would be Ethan Webster. Update on the scores, 139-86 for the BC women. They have the command in that meet. And 105-96. BC men extending their lead a little bit. As we go into the second heat of this 50-yard backstroke. Tim Gronnett and Nate Tingen, a junior and a first year in lanes 2 and 4 for the Jumbos. BC swimmers in 1, 3, and 5. It's lane 4 out in front at the moment.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And that'd be Nate Tingen. And it looks like he could seal the victory here. Second and third will go to BC in lanes 1 and 3. But first goes to the Jumbos in lane 4. So that is event number 24 in the books. Event number 25 now will be the women's 200-yard breaststroke. So a bit more endurance needed in this event. The record set in 2017. Pool record, that is. As Tufts will have 3 swimmers. This is the only heat in this event. Emily Mendelson, Lily Kurtz, Rachel Marston, all sophomores who will all be racing in this event.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Strong start for lane 4 for Tufts. That'd be Lily Kurtz.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
At the moment, lane 3, though, in the lead. It's coming behind in lane 4. Tight race between those two for first and second. Again, very tight here at the halfway mark. BC leading, but only just. Lily Kurtz in lane 4, keeping up with BC in lane 3. In fact, she'll try to look to overtake her going into the final stretch. At the moment, third place looks like it'll be going to BC in lane 5. So here we go, final stretch in this women's 200-yard breaststroke. Still too close to call at the moment between lanes 3 and 4. BC versus Tufts.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
It looks like Lily Kurtz maybe just has a little extra in the tank. She's got a slight lead. Will she carry it through? And yes, she gets first. She won that by about 0.2 seconds over the BC swimmer. Third place going to lane 5 for BC.
This is a demonstration of
As we
Wirecast.
now go into the men's 200-yard breaststroke, event number 26. Tufts in lanes 2, 4, and 6. First year, Michael Gregoras, Alexander Burnham, the junior in lane 4, and then Ryan Lynch, the first year in lane 6. And the Tufts swimmers trying to get their teammates fired up to cheer them on. Right now, BC has a 50-point lead over Tufts in the women's event. It's still an 8-point game in 8-point meet here between the two men's teams. As the 200-yard men's breaststroke underway, there's only one heat as we look to see who's out in front first. Looks like BC has the lead in lane 3, followed closely by lanes 4 and 5. Tufts in lane 4. Alexander Burnham trying to keep the Jumbos in this.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Looks like BC have the first and second spots so far. At the halfway point here in the 200-yard breaststroke.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Well, now it's lane 5 who has the lead. Lane 3 and second, both of those BC swimmers. Tufts trying to keep tabs in lane 4. That would be Burnham. But at the moment, BC in control as we go into the final stretch. Lane 5, look at him go. Lane 3 as well. It'll be either first and second for those two, but BC will take first place and second. It'll be lane 5 in first, lane 3 in second. Tufts do get third, but a very strong performance from the BC's men's swimmers here in the 200-yard breaststroke. So that is event number 26. We are now into event 27.
Of Wirecast.
Another event with only one heat. So this will be a faster race, only 50 yards, so it's there and back. BC will be in lanes 1, 3, and 5. Tufts will be in lanes 2, 4, and 6 as usual. Tufts will have the first year Juliette Bacon, Catherine Brown, and Stephanie Pont as their racers for this event.
The next event is event number 27, women's 50-yard breaststroke. There will be one heat 1.
And here is the first heat. It's all about that start. Looks like a good start from lane 2 for Tufts as well as lane 4, although lane 3 for BC keeping it close as they go for the turn in the final stretch. Lane 5 coming out of nowhere here for BC. And it looks like she might take first, although lane 3 now has the lead. And it will be lane 3. Lane 4 for Tufts getting second place. Catherine Brown. Lane 5 for BC getting third. So another strong performance for the Eagles. Scores have been updated for the men's events, and BC have increased their lead. They are now up 120 to 111, so they have a 17-point lead going into this 50-yard breaststroke. There'll be 2 heats. So for Tufts, we have Tommy Simon and JJ Batt in lanes 2 and 4. And here we go. So BC also has 2 swimmers.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
As they go on the turn. Final stretch. BC has the lead in lane 3. Tufts trying to get it first through lane 4, but it will be BC who wins this event. Tufts in lane 4. JJ Batt.
That should be Max Feinkreld there, the junior out of BC in lane 3. Third place there. Lane 5, Peter Tomoljanovic.
So now into the second heat. This event number 28. Quan Lee and Matthew Manfrey for Tufts. The sophomore and the junior in lanes 2 and 4.
Should be 3 swimmers here for BC. In lane 1, Sammy Ferris. Lane 3, Billy Miller. And lane 5, Charlie Kleinsmith.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Strong start there out of lane 3 for BC. That's Billy Miller. Good swim earlier as well.
Lane 4 for Tufts trying to keep tabs. Matthew Manfrey trying to stay close. Although lane 5 has come out of nowhere.
Lane 5, that's Charlie Kleinsmith. Charlie Kleinsmith looking, it's going to be between the 2 BC swimmers here.
And he got it.
And lane 5, Charlie Kleinsmith wins over lane 3 from BC, Billy Miller.
And look at that from lane 1 out of nowhere getting into third place. So Tufts finishing in 4th and 5th. And BC certainly know how big of a result that was. Their swimmers there chanting with them, and that will really help increase their lead. The score updated for the women's events, and it's the BC Eagles leading 161 to 102.
And then the men's, currently before that race, it was 128 to 111 to the BC Eagles.
So we'll go now into event 29. And this is where it gets interesting, going into the long distance, 500-yard freestyle.
No BC swimmers in the first heat.
We've got Hannah Truslow, Emma Seymour, and Alish Daherty, a junior, a sophomore, and a senior, racing here.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Apologies.
So the pool record for this event, 5 minutes, 8 seconds, .48, and that was set back in 2012, so it's a record that has been around for 7 years.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Lane 4 out in front at the start. So we'll look at the Tufts schedule coming up. Their next meet, a local rival, a Boston rival, another one at MIT.
Also, for those of you wondering who couldn't make it quite into Tufts today or in different parts of the countries, it is very cold here in Medford at the Gantry Arena. In Celsius, it's around -10. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but
Cold.
cold, very, very cold. And they've actually just closed the library early. Just got an email because it's supposed to get even colder. So if this event runs late, the 20-minute walk home could turn into a 50-minute walk home really, really quickly. So let's hope for the sakes of everyone in here that no big snowstorms hit before we can get out of here on time.
21 degrees Fahrenheit right now at the moment, so yeah, quite cold.
It's plenty warm in here at least.
For sure. So Tufts, as I was saying, at MIT Friday, the 25th, this Friday. There are then their final events before the NESCAC Championships are Friday the 8th and Saturday the 9th at the BU Invite. And then, of course, starts the NESCAC Women's Championships at Wesleyan this year, the weekend of the 15th, 16th, 17th. And then the following weekend in February, it'll be the Men's Championships at Middlebury College. They have a great swimming facility there. And that'll be the Men's Championships.
Yeah, coming up for BC, January 26th. That's a Saturday. They're at Boston University, followed on February 8th, the Boston Winter Open. February 20th, they have the Women's ACC Championships coming up. That's exciting. And then the Men's ACC Championships rounding out the year on February the 27th.
So we're about more than halfway through in this race, 3/5 of the way. In front at the moment is lane 4 for Tufts.
3 minutes and 40 seconds in this race now.
And that'll be Emma Seymour.
Emma Seymour had a good race earlier as well.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
We go into the final stretch here of this race.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
There and back, the final one, as it is lane 4, who's had the lead throughout most of this race. That being Emma Seymour, the sophomore. Looks like she will take first place in this race. All Tufts swimmers at the moment. With Hannah Truslow in lane 3 coming up behind. Lane 5 as well.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Alice Doherty. As there's the finish. So in first, it was Emma Seymour, finishing with a time of 5 minutes 25.59 in lane 4.
Going to look to get into the second heat now with some BC swimmers in it this time. Pull up their names for you here. Women's 500 free, right?
Yes.
Yes, so that's event 29. That is in lane 1, Avery Rocca. Lane 3, Christy Fecarada. And then lane 5, Eileen Coyne.
And for Tufts, lanes 2, 4, and 6, all sophomores, Amy Socha, Suki Evans, and Reese Impey. And they're off. So the women's trying to close what is now an almost 60-point gap. For the men's, it is a 30-point gap. So BC taking command more than halfway through this meet.
In the lead right now is lane 4 for Tufts, followed by lane 2 for Tufts, but keep in mind that this is length 3. Still a very long race to go. Lane 4 now for Tufts with a little bit of a lead here. As we are finishing length 5. Followed in lane 2, another Jumbo swimmer. Jumbo's looking to close the gap here a little bit, and that they could. They currently have 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, lane 4 right now for Tufts doing a very good job at the moment. Suki Evans here in heat 2 of the women's 500-yard freestyle.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Lane 4 there for Tufts, still in the lead, followed by lane 2 for Tufts in second place.
Yeah, Suki Evans got a very healthy lead there. She is already well on her way to getting to the close end of the pool while everyone else is still turning, as we are about halfway through this heat. She's about halfway done with her lap before everyone else is turning. That's incredible.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Next closest swimmer, about 6 seconds behind Suki Evans. As we're about 3/5 way done in this heat. And Tufts has control. Lane 2 and lane 6. And that would be Amy Socha and Reason Pei in second and third at the moment. First seems pretty comfortable, so now if Tufts can get second and third, that's what they should be aiming for. Right now, we're first looking in the bag for the Jumbos.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Well, the pool record in this event is 5 minutes, 8 seconds, .48. Could it be broken? We shall see.
In second place currently is a BC swimmer by the name of Chrissy Beccarata.
And that would be a huge for BC because first will go to Tufts. Not even close. Suki Evans leading the way, winning by 8 seconds.
Followed there by Beccarata in lane 3.
Third place going to Tufts in lane 6, Alice Doherty.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
All right, the next event coming up, we're going back over to the men's. The men's 500 free, heat 1, will only be tough swimmers.
So we have got lanes 3, 4, and 5. Dawson Stout, Tommy Gillespie, and Paul Schwartz, a sophomore, a junior, and a freshman.
Interesting fact about Paul, his parents actually met, I believe, in the tough swimming pool.
Wow. And now he's swimming here. His first year. Pool record in this event for the men in the freestyle, 4 minutes, 40 seconds, .51. Set only 2 years ago
Demonstration of Wirecast.
as it is underway. In fact, one tough swimmer actually will not be swimming. There's only 2 out there at the moment. Looks like Tommy Gillespie won't be out there. Dawson Stout and Paul Schwartz in lanes 3 and 5, as said on the
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
so far. Lane 3 out in front, that'll be Dawson Stout.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Lead growing here for Stout, the second year.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
So today there won't be any diving events here here at Tufts, the diving events will be held at MIT for today.
As you can probably see in the camera, we have one lowly diving board, so that wouldn't be much fun to watch.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Interesting to note there, something that I was not aware of. I can see on the wall, men's swimming and diving, 2018 NESCAC champions. So a very strong team Tufts had last year. And now, while not 100% certain, we are fairly confident that BC is a Division 1 program. And Tufts is a Division 3 program. Now, the logistics of how that works, I'm not enlightened to, but just interesting to note here as the meet progresses.
As we're closing in around the final minute of this first heat. Distance between the two Tufts swimmers starting to widen. Just out in front.
Just an update on the scores here. The BC women are in the lead, 144 to 114 for the men, and then the ladies for BC are out in the lead, 166 to 116. It's funny the way that the scoreboard looks right now.
Going in here to the almost around the final stretch for this heat. And there it finishes. Lane 3, Stout, finishing with a time of 5 minutes 1 second. And coming up here with 5 minutes and 12 seconds, .83. That will be Paul Schwartz. And so now, heat 2.
Heat 2, 2 BC swimmers in this one. Or it looks to be 3. Apologies, one just climbed out of the water. In lane 1, Dennis Resnick. In lane 3, Will Sushi. And in lane 5, Alexander Santana.
Brandon Jin in for Tufts in lane 2. Tyler Tatro in lane 4. And John Lalime in lane 6. A senior and 2 sophomores out there for Tufts.
Now, at the boards that they hold up at the end, some of them say 1 and some of them say 3.
Huh.
Now, I don't know if that's human error. There's actually 1 BC swimmer and 1 Tufts swimmer that you're allowed to... I believe it's that they don't actually put it in until the 3rd length.
Yeah.
They can count on the Tufts swimmers to be able to count to 3 in their own head.
Of Wirecast.
So right now a 30-point game between them, a 30-point difference between the two men's sides and a 50-point difference between the two women's sides. Still with a good number of events left here. We're on event 30. After this, we'll have the women's 100-yard butterfly, followed by the men's 100-yard butterfly. And then after that, there will be about a 10-minute break, and we'll finish up with
A
couple other events.
So right now it looks like Santander apologies, let me just pull back up the name before I butcher it. Anyway, BC in lane 5 is in the lead right now.
Tyler Tatro keeping close tabs.
That would be Santana. Okay, had it right. Alexander Santana there, the sophomore out of BC, in the lead. But Tufts, Lucas, yeah, you're right, keeping it close. Tis a very long event, going into the 9th length of the pool.
So this is a 500-yard event. I believe we had an 1,000-yard event early on.
Yeah, it was one of the first ones.
This seems quite, the endurance that you need to do this, but to do 1,000 yards, that's incredible.
Yeah. I don't think I could swim 1,000 meters untimed.
I'm not sure how good I would do.
Really tight race there in lanes 4 and 5. That's Santana for BC, barely in the lead, which might change as we go into the turn here. Still very close at the top. Santana really battling here against a tough swimmer in lane 4.
That's quite the matchup.
Coming into the home stretch. It's going to be tight.
Tyler Tatro for Tufts. The pool record in this event, 4 minutes, 40 seconds, .51.
Oh, we're missing now in the live stream is the little yellow line that they normally put.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Here we go. Just a few more laps to go for these swimmers. Putting it on the line. As expected, as the races get closer and closer to the finish, the noise levels start to increase and increase.
Santana looks like he was just going to take it as he goes into the last turn, but not if Tatro has anything to say about it.
Very close between these two. The sophomore Tatro slightly behind, but anything could happen in this final turn. Tufts potentially could get 3rd place in lane 6. As here we go, final stretch, and it looks like BC will take it.
That's Santana, and he does.
Tatro in 2nd, it's closer. And lane 6 getting 3rd place for Tufts. That'd be John Lalonde, the sophomore, as we now move into the women's 100-yard butterfly.
Heat 1 for the women's 100-yard butterfly. This is now event number 31 out of 40. There's actually only one BC lady in this first event, or first heat, and that is Laura Packer, the senior.
Tufts will have 2, Maggie Blanc and Tessa Garces, a first year and a senior. So there are 3 heats in this 100-yard butterfly. There will be also 3 heats for the men's 100-yard butterfly.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
So it looks like BC are not putting a swimmer out there for this race.
It's just two bows.
Scores have been updated. The men, BC men's up 156 to 121.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Looking more and more likely now that BC will take a men and women sweep here in today's meet.
Interesting to see what's happening over at the diving pool. I'll actually see if I can find that score for you.
Here we go, final stretch. It's close, but it looks like it'll be lane 4 to take the win with a time of 1 minute 3 seconds, .88. That going to Tessa Garces, the senior. So now heat 2 of 3. Tufts will have 3 swimmers in lanes 2, 4, and 6. Madeline Lee, Catherine Sweetser, and Sam Nasson. A senior, a sophomore, and a freshman.
Here in the second heat, BC will have
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
3 swimmers. In lane 1, Maria Russo. Lane 3, Sarah Hanning. And lane 5, Hope Dragler. Off to an early lead here. It looks to be Hope Draglin,
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
the junior, or apologies, the senior from BC. 2 seniors for BC running in this, swimming in this race. The other senior, Maria Russo's in lane 1. Top 2 swimmers right now look to be Sarah Hanning and Hope Draglin, and they're in lanes 3 and 5 respectively, with a jumbo here in the lane number 4.
Lane number 4, that being Catherine Sweetser.
Demonstration of Wirecast.
It's a tight race between lanes 3, 4, and 5. Also, lane 1 for BC coming up.
I believe that'll be first place Draglin, second place should be Hanning, and then third place
going to Sweetser, the sophomore for the Jumbos. It's another strong showing for the BC women's team as we go into the final heat of the women's 100-yard butterfly. Tufts, again, 3 swimmers out there. Colleen Doolin, Sasha Fong, and Alex Good.
For BC, 3 swimmers as well. Lane 1, Isabel Blaze. Lane 3, Victoria Lynn. And lane 5, Caroline Even.
Heat 3.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Looks like a strong start for lane 4 for Tufts. Sasha Fong, the sophomore. Although lane 3 for BC, doing a good job to stay in it.
It's Victoria Lynn. Swam a good race earlier.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Looks like Victoria Lynn may just have a slight lead here over the swimmer in lane 4.
Here we go. Final stretch.
Victoria Lynn comes up and is in the lead first.
Fong trying to keep close. It looks like BC will take this one. Although lane 2 for Tufts coming in and getting second place.
So first place there is BC's very own Veronica Lynn.
It was Colleen Doolin and then Sasha Fong in positions 2 and 3 for Tufts.
So that was the final heat of the women's 100-yard butterfly. Now, obviously, we move into the men's 100-yard butterfly. First heat will have no BC racers. It will be a strictly jumbo affair.
In fact, it'll be 5 jumbos racing. So it looks like another record was broken. 58.10 is now the new pool record in the women's 100-yard butterfly. The record previous was 58.54, held for about 7 years. So again, there have been quite a couple records that have been broken today.
Yeah.
From both BC and Tufts swimmers. So here come the Tufts swimmers. Aiden Shapiro in lane 2. Brian Haneke in lane 3. Christian Schoen in lane 4. Costantino Camerano in lane 5. And then Spencer Schmid in lane 6. Here in this 100-yard butterfly. The pool record set 13 years ago. 51.56 was the time. And here we go. It looks like lane 3 taking control. And that is Brian Haneke. Although lane 5 coming in. Constantino Camerano getting first. Lane 4 in second. Christian Schoen, Brian Haneke losing his early lead. Spencer Schmidt coming in 4th and then in 5th. Aiden Shapiro. So now heat 2 of 3 for the men's 100-yard butterfly.
Here we have in lane 1 for BC, or in lane 3 for BC, sorry, Matt Sable. In lane 5, Zachary Maher.
And then for Tufts, they have Devin French, John Coster, and Trevor Sermon, a freshman, a sophomore, and junior in lanes 2, 4, and 6.
There's also, I apologize, a BC swimmer in lane 1, of whose name we do not have.
There we go. Pretty close to call between lanes 1 through 5.
Devin French keeping it close. Glances over to his teammate in lane 4.
John Coster doing a good job. Devin French has the lead. Coster in second, so good for Tufts that they have positions 1 and 2 at the halfway point. Going into the final stretch here on the turn. Looks like Coster has the lead in lane 4.
It's between Sable and
Coster,
Maher.
the sophomore, looks like he will take first.
Devin French may have fallen out of it here. He's looking to try to get third.
He does.
And he does. So that's
good finish.
That's going to be first place for.
Wow, so there's actually a two-way tie for third.
Yeah. So in first place is.
First place was John Coster.
Second place, I believe, was Zachary Maher.
And then it was a two-way tie between lane 2, Devin French, the freshman for Tufts, and for BC's swimmer in lane 3. As we go into the final heat of the men's 100-yard butterfly, the final heat before another 10 to 15-minute break in this swim meet. This will be the final break of the afternoon.
This is heat 3 now. So for BC, we should have Ty Gruel in lane 1, Colin Darden in lane 3, and Matt Amadio in lane 5.
Lomax Turner and Tartar Jarasinshai in for Tufts. Lanes 2 and 4 for the Jumbos. Strong start for lane 3 for BC.
Strong start out of Tartar there in lane 4. Touches the wall just after Colin Darden.
Lomax Turner doing a good job as well. It's a very close race. No one really lagging behind. Everyone keeping close at the moment. Now we're starting to see some front runners.
Tartar in lane 4.
He's doing a good job.
Tufts currently has 1 and 2.
Jarasenshai now has a nice lead. Lomax Turner. It's between those two for first and second. I believe Lomax Turner might get it. We shall see. He does. First and second for Tufts. A big way to go into the break. A first and second in this event.
Important to note there, that was a 3rd place for BC. I believe that was Darridon, but I will check just to make sure. No, it was actually Amadia.
Tufts, only 2 swimmers out there, and they got first and second, so that's a good showing for the Jumbos. And so now we'll enter the second break.
As the swimmers take a break, so will we. We will be back in around 10 minutes, I believe, to close out this event. Thank you.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast. demonstration of Wirecast. Of Wirecast. This is a demonstration
Hello and welcome back to the Ganter Arena,
Wirecast.
where we resume women's action in this swim meet between the Tufts Jumbos and the Boston College Eagles. Down the home stretch now in terms of the events, as I believe this event is in the 30s out of 40. Looks like we have just two jumbo swimmers right now. And what I believe is the women's 100-yard butterflies. Oh, that is incorrect. And what is the women's 200-yard IM?
This is a demonstration of Wirecast. Of Wirecast. This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
This event here, the women's 200-yard IM. Two swimmers here for Tufts. In lane 3, the junior Stephanie Pond. And lane 4, the sophomore Emily Mendelson. The Tufts fans starting a jumbo jet chant here.
This is a demonstration of
So for that IM, you had Stephanie Pond finishing in second place with a time of 2 minutes and 23 seconds. And Emily Mendelson, the sophomore from Tufts, taking it with a time of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Now we have heat number 2 for Tufts in lane 2. Lily Kurtz in lane 4, Grace Goetschus. Apologies. And in lane 6, Sydney Nassen. For your BC Eagles, your swimmers are in lane 1, Grace Edwards. In lane 3, Alexa Lanton. And in lane 5, Erica Freeman. Tufts looking to have a slight lead right now in lane 2. I believe that was Lily Kurtz. Followed closely. It's pretty close all over the board, to be honest. Lane 3 and lane 1 for BC. Alexa Lanton and Grace Edwards, respectively. Doing a good job through this 200 IM so far as they entered into the backstroke. They now come out into the breaststroke. With lane 1, Grace Edwards for BC, looking to be in the lead from our angle at least. Followed in lane 3 by Alexa Lanton. And then lane 2 for Tufts, Lily Kurtz. And they turn Freestyle now to close out this 200-yard IM. In the lead right now is lane 3, Alexa Lanton for BC. Followed in lane 2 by, lane 5 from BC, Erica Freeman.
And she looks like the lead.
Yeah, it was just pulled into the lead during her very fast free.
Lily Kurtz trying to take third for Tufts.
Which it looks like she will do. So I believe in first place, correct me if I'm wrong, Erica Freeman. Second place, Alexa Lanton for BC. And then in third place, Lily Kurtz for Tufts.
Yes, in lane 2. Looking to increase that already large lead. They're up 194 to 126.
Now we move into the men's side of this 200-meter IM. There will be no BC swimmers in this first leg.
So we've got 3 tough swimmers. Dawson Stout, Connor Doyle, and David Gelfand, all sophomores in lanes 3, 4, and 5. The score 169 to 136 in the men's contest in favor of BC. 208 to 131 in the women's contest in favor also of BC.
The next event is event number 36, the men's 200 IM. There will be 2 heats. Heat 1.
There we go.
This is a demonstration of wire.
So lane 4 out in front at the start. Connor Doyle. Pool record in this event for the men's. 1 minute 53.41. That was set 2 years ago in 2017. Tight right now. As they're now in the backstroke.
This is a demonstration of
Stout and
wire
Doyle.
cast.
Finishing up the backstroke. And now go into the turn and into a new one.
I believe it's breaststroke.
Here's the breaststroke.
This is a demonstration of wire cast.
Here we go, lane 4. Slight leave. That Connor Doyle over his fellow Jumbo Stout. Gelfand behind those two. As now we go into the freestyle. In the final stretch.
This is a demonstration
Heat
of
1
wire cast.
of the men's 200-yard IM. And here we go. Final stretch. And it will be Connor Doyle who will take first. Dawson Stout in second. Connor Doyle finishing with a time of 2 minutes, 1 second, .35. And here is David Gelfand finishing up for the Jumbos.
Now here in the second heat, we have 3 BC swimmers for you. In lane 1, the freshman, Cole Givozdas. In lane 3, the freshman, Ryan Price. And in lane 5, the junior, Lucas Saliba.
Now here for Tufts, they've got a sophomore and 2 freshmen out there. John Coster in lane 2. Lanes 4 and 6 will be the freshman, Joseph Kim, and then Michael Gregoris.
This is a demonstration of wire cast.
Just a quick score update for you. BC women lead 208 to 131. And the BC men lead 169 to 136.
Got some competing chants going on. The BC swimmers have been loud throughout this We have some fans right next to us trying to inspire this Tufts team in these final couple of events, as here is the butterfly. Now we're into the backstroke. And it looks like Tufts swimmer in lane 4. That would be Joseph Kim.
This is a demonstration of wire cast.
Cole Viodas, the freshman in lane 1, has something to say about it though. As the competition for second right now is very close, but Joseph Kim does not look like he wants to be caught right now.
Yeah,
it does not look like he will be.
He has got a nice lead out there as he starts his breaststroke.
Interesting about this event, there's 4 different strokes. There's always a chance to be caught.
Interesting to see which stroke is their strongest, which one's their weakest. If one stroke, one of these swimmers can catch up, but it looks like
Joseph Kim.
He looks pretty comfortable with all of them.
Yeah, lane 3 right now for BC. Ryan Price putting on a good show here, but it does not look like he will catch Joseph Kim.
Joseph Kim starting the classic freestyle.
Yeah, lane 5 for BC also looking pretty good, but lane 2 for Tufts.
Yeah, lane 2 for Tufts. That is John Coster. But it looks like Joseph Kim will take first.
It'll be tight for second. It looks like Coster might take it, but Price, he's close.
I think he got it. He did.
1 and 2 for the jumbo.
Strong finish. John Coster, but of course very impressive from Joseph Kim.
So in 3rd place there for the BC Eagles would of course be lane 3, Ryan Price.
So now we're moving into event number 37 of the afternoon.
It's like the last one, but half the distance. It's women's 100-yard IM. So
it's all about that speed. So it'll be one stroke going one way, the next stroke coming back, next stroke the other way, and then the final one on the return. As BC, looks like it'll only be BC swimmers out there in this first heat.
Here we have the women's heats for the 100-yard IM. For BC in lane 2, that would be Sarah Hanning. Lane 3, Laura Quinn. And lane 4, Christy Fercata. Or Fecarata, sorry. So BC only heat here. Some of these jumbos coming into the final swim, the seniors on their senior days.
Very close between these 3 Boston College swimmers. I believe this might be the second time that only Boston College swimmers have been swimming together.
Yeah, the rules for the home team are, or the different rules for the scoring is confusing. For what my swimming expert, my friend Ivy Richter, who swims at University of Miami, told me is that first place gets 9 points, second place gets 4, and third gets 3, fourth gets 2, and fifth gets 1. But only the home team can only get points for their first 3 swimmers.
Okay.
So it would make sense that in some events, Tufts have an advantage because they have such a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure if you can still hear us, but if you can, we apologize as the camera has gone down on us. And it is now back up. So what you missed there was first place for lane 3 for BC, fourth place, second place for lane 4, and third place for lane 2. Now what we have here is we have BC and Tufts swimming together. So in lane 1 for BC, Victoria Lynn, lane 3, Ina Elcott, and lane 5, Maura Grimes. Junior, sophomore, respectively.
And here for Tufts, Juliet Bacon, the freshman in lane 2, Abby Kloss, sophomore in lane 4, then Emma Donchi in lane 6, another freshman.
Strong start there out of lane 3 for BC.
Here we go. Yeah, lane 3 doing a great job. Lane 4 for Tufts trying to keep it close. Abby Kloss.
Ina Elcott, that is lane 3 for BC. Breaks into this freestyle on the way home. She does not look like she's going to get caught. It is truly a battle for second at this point. Abadonchi making up some good ground there.
Who will get there?
Will not be enough.
BC.
It is BC take 1, 2, and 3
wow.
in this event. So that is Ina Elcott in first place. In second place, you have Victoria Lynn. And in third place, you have Maura Grimes. Good swims.
Yeah, that was it's been a very dominant afternoon for the BC women's side, and they've continued that with that event.
So BC took 1, 2, and 3 in all 3 heats here for the women's 100 IM.
As we'll go here into the men's 100-yard IM. There'll be 2 heats. Tufts will have 3 swimmers in each of those. Christian Schoen, JJ Batt, and Ryan Lynch, 2 sophomores and a freshman in this first heat in lanes 2, 4, and 6.
In heat 1 here for BC, Peter Shapansk in lane 1, the sophomore, Will Sushi in lane 3, the sophomore, and then Matt Denave, the junior, in lane 5. As you can see, the waiting area behind the board is getting very busy as we get into a couple, I believe, more team swims after. Yeah, some relays.
Great start for, I believe that's lane 4 for Tufts. Very strong here on the butterfly, JJ Batt.
It's all very close right now. Batt being challenged right now in lane 5, Matt Denave from BC.
Lane 2 for Tufts as well, doing a good job, Christian Schoen. As Tufts trying to close the gap. You know, in the women's event, it's 224 to 134 in favor of BC, but now it's about a 22-point game between the 2 men's sides. Is here.
Yeah, it was 30 originally.
JJ Batt looks like he'll take first. Looks like BC might take second and third.
Not if Tufts have anything to say about it. I believe Tufts is taking first. BC through. What I believe is Peter Shapansk will take second, and then BC will also take third with Matt Denave, the junior.
JJ Batt, good race there. Only swimmer in that heat to finish with 56 seconds. Everyone else 57 or more.
Right, here we move into the second heat. For BC, your swimmers are Brendan Gatward in lane 1, the junior. The senior, Taylor Cortons in lane 3, and the senior, Charlie Kleinsmith in lane 5.
There are 2 freshmen and the senior out there for Tufts. Here we go.
The last individual event of the day.
Kingsley Bowen in there, Nate Tingen, Tarjar Jarsinshai, all of them in there for Tufts. As they look to try and close this points gap.
Strong start from Tufts, looking for 1 and 2 right now.
Good from Bowen.
The halfway complete. But BC's Taylor Cortons, the senior, has just sprung himself into the lead off a good turn. Now freestyle on the way home. Can he hold them off?
Oh, that was a great turn from the BC swimmer. Here we go.
And it looks like it should be no problem for Cortons.
I think Tufts will get 2 and 3. They do. So a little bit of a reversal from the last heat in which Tufts got first and BC got second and third. This time it's BC getting first and Tufts getting second and third.
So now we move into relays. Now this is a 200 yard, freestyle relay for BC. They will not have any girls swimming in the first heat.
So here it will be Tufts as these racers cool down into the final stretch of today's events. This is event number 39.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
So Tufts in lane 3 will have Caroline McCormick, Jessica Fan, Tessa Garces, and Madeline Lee. Lane 4 will be Amy Socha, Hannah Truslow, Emma Seymour, and Serena Dardarian. And then in lane 5, as they get started, it is Jeanette Huang going freestyle. Sam Nasson, Alice Doherty, and Suki Evans. So those are the teams out there for Tufts. Only jumbo swimmers at the moment. Looks like lane 4 has the lead. Into the pool went Hannah Truslow. Shortly after Sam Nasson, and then following Jessica Fan. Hannah Truslow has kept the lead. And now going into the pool for the second relay team in lane 4, Emma Seymour. Now in both at the same time, Alice Doherty and Tessa Garces.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
And here we go. Lane 4 for Tufts, continuing with the lead, going into the final swimmer. That was Serena Dardarian. Suki Evans and Madeline Lee also going in shortly after. The pool record in this event, 138.78. That was set in 2015. As here we go, it'll be lane 4 for Tufts taking the win. Who will get second? It's a close call. And it is lane 5, lane 3 finishing 0.03 seconds behind. That is quite close.
Very. Now we move into the next heat for the women. This time there will be BC teams. BC relay team number 1 in lane 1. Laura Packer, Laura Packer followed by Sydney Dacey, followed by Maria Russo, followed by Caroline Evan. In lane 3, Ashley Scott, followed by Ali Kia, followed by Haley Dolan, followed by Julie Donson. In lane 5, Taylor Covington, followed by Eileen Kane, followed by Lainey Thomas, followed by Michaela McGeary.
So for Tufts to start in lane 2, Davina Bala, Sasha Fung in lane 4, and then Jackie Crater in lane 6. Here we go. Strong start from all the swimmers. At the moment, it looks like a race so far between lane 3 and 4. That being Sasha Fong for Tufts, the Jumbos in lane 4. Getting ready in lane 4 for Tufts is Mary Hufziger, Hufsiger into the pool. Although lane 3 for Boston College.
Yeah, in the pool right now, that would be Ali Kia trying to capitalize on the hard work put in by Ashley Scott.
And for Tufts in lanes 2 and 6, Emily Payne and Sydney Nasson trying to potentially go for 3rd place. Competing for BC in 5 as a BC swim goes into the pool. For Tufts in lane 4, that is Colleen Doolin.
Yeah, in lane 3 right now for BC, Haley Dolan is really keeping the lead there for her teammates who've worked hard to create it.
Tufts in lanes 2 and 6 have Christy Hug and Catherine Suitzer in the pool. But we're about to get some new swimmers, and we have a new one in lane 4, but lane 3 for BC, comfortably in front. In lane 4 for Tufts, Hannah Spencer.
In lane 2, that was Ann Younger just entered the pool, and then in lane 3 right now, Julie Dobson is trying to finish strong. Abigail Spencer has made up some ground, but it won't be enough to catch the very, very impressive team effort out of Boston College lane 3.
There's Hannah Spencer finishing. Annie Younger trying to get 3rd. I don't think she will. And then in lane 6 finishing was Brooke Bernstein.
So in first place, we have the team of Ashley Scott, Ali Kia, Haley Dolan, and Julie Dobson, followed by Tufts in lane 4.
In lane 4, that was a finish for Hannah Spencer was the final swimmer. There's a team that also compiled of Sasha Fong, Mary Hufsiger, and Colleen Doolin.
And then in 3rd place in lane 5 for Boston College, Taylor Covington, Eileen Coyne, Lainey Thomas, and Michaela McGeary.
So now we're going into event number 40, the men's 200-yard freestyle relay. It looks like Tufts. It'll be Tufts only in this first heat.
This is the final event of the day, right?
I believe so. Starting in lane 3 for Tufts, Trevor Sermon, Alexander Burnman in lane 4, and then Paul Schwartz in lane 5. There they go.
Strong start from all 3 men.
Looks like at the moment, I think lane 5 has the edge. And lane 5 would be Paul Schwartz, the first year. Getting ready to enter in lane 5 is John Lalime. He will be the first to enter the pool. And at the same time, go lanes 3 and 4, Devin French and Aiden Shapiro. Really close race between these 3 jumbo relay teams.
A little bit of bragging rights on the line here.
Now in the pool, Jack Freeman, Quan Lee, and Tommy Gillespie. All very close at the moment, but it's lane 4 that is edging out into the pool. There's Noah Cagley, followed by Greg Callahan in lane 3. And then Brandon Jin coming in lane 5. It'll be a tight finish here. And there you have it. There's the finish. Lane 4 taking the win for Tufts. In second was lane 3, and then in third, lane 5.
As we get ready here for the heat 2 in lane 1 for BC. First swimmer, Evan Omar. Second swimmer, Samuel Roche. Third swimmer, Matthew Shelton. And fourth swimmer, Andrew Rebers. In lane 3 for BC, Michael Hinton, followed by Colin Derriden, followed by Damian Ribeiro, followed by Kevin Chandra. In lane 5, Michael Spencer, followed by Paul Boyce, followed by Billy Miller, and followed by Max Threlkeld.
Tufts will also have 3 teams out there. Lomax Turner leading in lane 2. Tyler Tatro in lane 4, and then Ethan Webster in lane 6. Those will be the first swimmers for their jumbos. There we go. It looks like lane 3 has a good start.
Yeah, that's lane 3 for BC right now. Out to a very early lead at this point. That would be the likes of Michael Hinton, who created that lead. Now looking to capitalize on that lead is Colin Darradin.
Tufts have new swimmers in the pool. Chris Simotas in lane 2. Constantino Camarano in lane 4. And then Tim Granit in lane 6. As new swimmers about to enter.
Entering the water now for the leaders is Ribeiro in lane 3. The pool is almost leaking water at this point. They are swimming with such power.
In for Tufts now, Victor Valbrecht-Towson in lane 2, Noah Zhang in lane 4, and then Spencer Schmidt in lane 6.
Anchoring off this BC lead right now is Kevin Chandra in lane 3.
Yeah, he is taking control for BC. Tufts with 3 new swimmers. Ross Wood in lane 2, Roger Gu in lane 4, Cole Bassett.
Gu might catch him. This is going to be way closer. Gu can almost do it, but he just cannot.
That was so close. That would have been incredible.
Well done to Chandra for holding it off, and commiserations to Gu for a very, very valid effort. They're just down there joking about it now. Good to see the sportsmanship all around as well.
I believe.
Colin Darradin and Kevin Chandra for new pool record in the 200-yard freestyle relay with a time of 1:24.65. Congratulations.
So it looks like that was the last event of the day. I think they still might be calculating the scores.
But as of right now, I think we can both confirm that it is a Boston College victory for both the men's and the women's
Yeah, I don't
team.
think
The men certainly put in a valid effort, made it very close, and the ladies fought hard as well. But at the end of the day, Boston College pulled it out.
So we'll see here. Always sad maybe not to win your final event on home turf, but these tough swimmers still have a lot of races left in this season.
Boston College, 237.5 points. Tufts University, 138.5. And the men's teams, Boston College, 196. Tufts University, 164.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.
Both teams sort of doing an end cheer for the other, but I believe over the intercom they confirmed that BC won in both the men's and the women's.
So thank you very much for tuning into this broadcast, the, I believe, first ever JumboCast swimming broadcast. Again, we apologize for the minor delay at the start and the several camera issues throughout, but it's a lesson for us, and thank you all for watching. If you're in Boston, stay safe tonight. The blizzard is coming.
This is a demonstration of Wirecast.